You ever get that feeling that someone's watching you? Not in a casual, passing glance kind of way, but intensely, obsessively. We live in a quiet neighborhood in West Ohio. Nothing much happens usually. A runaway dog, a family dispute the cops get involved in. It is all pretty typical, I guess you could say. I never expected something so sinister, so horrific would come from our babysitter. We would eventually learn how dangerous and disturbing our babysitter really was. Mallory. At first she was perfect. Friendly, soft-spoken, always early, and incredible with our two kids, Jaden and Mackenzie. The things the police told us much later about her apartment relating to the kids was probably the scariest thing of all. I still try to block it out sometimes. She'd bring over board games, read them stories, and even cleaned up without being asked. But behind her sweet, helpful demeanor was something deeply wrong. Mallory had a ritual. After every babysitting gig, she'd go home to her apartment and document everything. Notes on the children's habits, sketches of the house layout, exact times the parents came home. She kept it all in a small back room lit only by red Christmas lights and a desk lamp. One wall had family photos, some clearly taken in secret, lined with red string connecting names, addresses, and unsettling post-its like 2 a.m., house creaks on east side, or girl likes to hide behind couch. It wasn't just one family either. Over the years, Mallory had babysat for at least 6 different households, and she had been building creepy shrines to them this entire time no one knew about. Shelves labelled with each family's last name held toys she had stolen, hairbrushes, even kids' drawings she took without permission. We were told several things from the police much later, such as she would sit in that room for hours, sometimes until sunrise, humming lullabies and whispering the children's names under her breath. To her, this wasn't just babysitting, this was possession. Neighbours had started to notice strange things too. Mallory walking around barefoot in the snow, talking to herself, putting dolls in her car's passenger seat and buckling them in. One tenant swore she saw Mallory crawling across her living room floor through a barely open window, just staring, then disappearing before anyone could call the police. But no one had any real evidence, just stories. And that's how she got away with it, until the night she tried to take little Jaden. My Jaden. Jaden is 5, she adored Mallory. But that night, something felt different. We had gone out for dinner that night, just a few blocks away. Everything was quiet. Around 9 p.m., Mallory sent me a text saying, "Jaden's asleep, all's good." But the security cam inside the hallway caught something else. Mallory was pacing, sweating, whispering to Olivia through the bedroom door like she was prepping her for something. When we got home, we noticed the house was very dark, no lights on at all, and no sounds. No TV, nothing like usual. I started to get a chill across my back. That wasn't normal either. Something was definitely wrong. I just didn't know what yet. When I opened Jaden's door, she was gone. Just her teddy bear left behind on the bed. I panicked and struggled to even regain any sense of composure. Anxiety and terror began rushing in now. Police were called. But just 30 minutes later, Jaden was found, shivering, barefoot, wrapped in a blanket, banging from inside Mallory's car trunk parked just a block away. Mallory was found moments later standing in the alley behind the house, humming, waiting, drawing circles and images on the ground to herself for some odd reason. She was arrested on the spot. Her apartment was raided. That's when the officers found the room, the strings, the toys, the labelled folders, the weird notes. One corner even had a small twin bed with handmade name signs, one for each child she'd babysat. She had been planning this for years. The scariest part? She never raised suspicion. She talked with the parents in such a casual, social manner. None of them had ever had concerns or questions at all about her. No red flags on her background checks, just 5-star reviews from clueless parents. The trial was short. Mallory pleaded insanity and was sent to a psychiatric facility, but the families never really recovered. They still wonder, how close had she gotten before? Had she ever entered their bedrooms while they slept? Did she ever touch their children's things when they weren't looking? And the most dangerous, disturbing thoughts began to creep in. Did she stand over their children while they slept, planning their abduction as well, and no one even knew? That question lingers, like the hum of her voice captured faintly on a baby monitor long after she was gone.